Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Happiness depends upon ourselves. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Man is by nature a social animal. He who has never learned to obey cannot be a good commander. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. The more one is alienated from the right, the more he is alienated from the good. It is the nature of desire not to be satisfied, and most men live only for the gratification of it. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. The law is reason free from passion. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. A friend to all is a friend to none. The worst of all deceptions is self-deception. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Piety requires us to honor truth above our friends. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The best friend is the man who, in wishing me well, wishes it for my sake. Nature does nothing uselessly. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. The soul never thinks without a picture. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. The best way to teach is by example. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. Hope is a waking dream. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Friendship is essentially a partnership. The greatest thing by far is to be a master of metaphor. To be conscious that we are perceiving or thinking is to be conscious of our own existence. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. It is easy to perform a good action, but not easy to acquire a settled habit of performing such actions. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold. Nature does nothing in vain. It is the mark of an instructed mind to rest satisfied with the degree of precision which the nature of the subject admits, and not to seek exactness where only an approximation is possible. Man is a goal-seeking animal. His life only has meaning if he is reaching out and striving for his goals. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. To enjoy the things we ought and to hate the things we ought has the greatest bearing on excellence of character. It is not once nor twice but times without number that the same ideas make their appearance in the world. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Wicked men obey from fear, good men from love. Happiness is the highest good. Education is the best provision for old age. It is in justice that the ordering of society is centered. The law is reason free from passion. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. In poverty and other misfortunes of life, true friends are a sure refuge. Education is the best provision for old age. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire.